Greetings, YouTube. The other day, I heard someone say something called, and they said ghost mail. And I think they were referring to a piece of email that had disappeared. And it was completely and utterly unimportant to the discussion in hand. It had nothing to do with the topic they were discussing, which I don't remember what it was. But those two words, ghost mail, stuck in my head. And I thought, what can I do with ghost mail? So let's see what we can do with ghost mail. Now, the first most obvious thing, I think, is ghost mail. Actual armor, which protects one from ghost attacks, which would be very handy. It also could be mail that fades in and out of existence. So you could be wearing it all the time, and then you trigger it till it becomes solid, and the rest of the time it's immaterial and invisible. Also, really handy. But that's simple. That's a simple solution. That's a physical thing. I think we can get a little more esoteric. So ghost mail could be mail that disappears or reappears. So it could be the kind of thing that is used for passing secret information. Again, a material object, but less, more information driven than combat driven. Again, that could be very handy. But ghost mail could also be literally mail from or to ghosts, specially prepared parchment and ink and a writing instrument that, when used in a particular manner, will allow you to pen a message to the dead. So more of ritual magic than the traditional speak with dead spells, which are kind of a thing. You just cast a spell and suddenly the dead person is answering questions. This is more ritual magic. Might be appropriate to a different kind of a game, one that doesn't use direct communication with the dead, and magic systems that are a little slower, more gradual, less fireball-y, and more plant growth and divination and things like that. So it might be appropriate to some of the OSR models out there. Or just there are games out there that just use more slow, gradual styles of magic as opposed to what D&D and Pathfinder use, which is more on-demand kind of stuff, which I appreciate. But I also think that there's a place in the world for the slower ritual variety of magic. And I think ghost mail would really fit that bill. It also could be used in the other way. So, for example, when interring a dead person, you place the particular magic scroll and ink and pen with them in their coffin, and the spirit would be able to write a message to the person that was linked to that item. Now, here's the unique thing. What if the person placing the items in the coffin is not the person that's linked to them? And in fact, the person that's linked to them doesn't know they've been linked to them. Say you need a piece of hair or a nail clipping, some kind of magic that links a person to something. And that's not hard to acquire. Getting a hair is really simple. So what happens when your average person suddenly gets a message in their mailbox or appearing on their desk or something from a dead person, and they write back, and it disappears, and the dead person replies, and they don't know why? Maybe they're related to that person, so there's a connection to begin with. But what if it's been done for some other reason? That the spellcaster particularly chose someone else because they had no connection whatsoever, and so they would not be intercepting this information and potentially keeping it from getting to someone that needs the information desperately. So they're an unwitting courier of information, and they may have to figure this out on their own, because the person that casts spells is involved in some kind of conspiracy and is not able to contact them. The whole plan was to contact this, unattached third party at some point in the future after the message had been sent, or right near when the message was going to be sent. Maybe the spellcaster knew that when the scrolls were used, they just kind of got a ping inside his head that said the scroll has been used by the dead person, that kind of thing. So you could have an unconnected, disinterested third party suddenly in a communication situation with a dead person. that could be interesting for a campaign, particularly if you're running more of a film noir style campaign or just a really tight focus. Could be a one-on-one game or just a small group, and it's more mystery oriented. This might fit the model of Call of Cthulhu well, in fact, now that I think about it. And again, I'm kind of developing this on the fly here. I haven't given a lot of thought to this. I literally had almost the only thing I had thought of really when I turned my camera on today was ghost mail, the physical stuff. The rest of the stuff I'm just kind of making up as I go along. That sums up my entire life, making it up as I go along. So, what would you do with ghost mail? With what would those two words inspire inside your skull? And for those that are Forrest Whitaker fans, maybe we could have ghost dog mail.